Yo, this is Rocco Bellagio from Built by Bellagio. And what is the biggest thing you think in life people would pay for, right? I think it would be time, right? Could you buy time? If you could buy time, that would be the perfect thing that you would spend your money on so you can get back, right? You don't want to waste time. It's like throwing money down the fucking toilet. Well, this is what I'm going to do for you. This is my goal. With everything we talk about, whether it's the checklist, whether it's anything building muscle related. Once we get down to the rabbit hole, I can tell you how to burn fat and a whole bunch of other shit. Okay, but here's the thing. If you're trying to put on big, healthy muscle while saving your body from all the bullshit that I just talked about, that I just did to myself over the years, I'm gonna save you from that. Okay? Or I'll save you from doing more of it. I'm gonna save you time and I'm gonna explain to you now. Some of the, I got a couple comments about, well, what's reciprocal inhibition? Not really sure what the fuck that means. What's bilateral deficit? How does it apply? Passive, active, insufficiency? What the fuck does that mean? Let's get into it, okay? And I want to just break it down in layman's terms, make it easy for everybody to understand, because you have to understand it in order to perfect the checklist, to perfect your body. Here we go. All right, now, here's some of the terms that are, a little confusing. They're long words. They're fucking a little confusing if you don't know what's going on. And I'm here to teach you. I'm here to make it as easy as possible. Now, we talk about reciprocal inhibition, right? I told you we'd get into that a little bit later, and we're doing it right now, okay? What reciprocal inhibition is like I said, if you're doing a bicep curl, the bicep is going to be the prime mover, the worker, right? The opposite reciprocal muscle of the bicep, which is the tricep, shuts off, okay? Now, if I were to do a push down or a pull down, boom, and I'm trying to use the tricep as the prime mover, the opposite reciprocal bicep shuts off. It's a protective measure that the body likes to do for safety, right? Now, how the fuck does that apply to me building muscle? Well, here's where it is. So if you were to do a squat, okay? Now, in a squat, like we said, not only does the knee not get to the ground, not get to 100% of the lever where you're gonna get 100% of the load on the muscle, okay? But why would you ever do an exercise that does not use 100% of the muscle, okay? There is a muscle of the quad, one of the four quads, the rectus femoris, okay? That is attached to the hip, okay? The rec fem, attached to the hip, okay? Now, in a squat, like we talked about, you have to use hip extension. When you're going down, your glutes are involved, hip extension, right? Well, guess what? The rec fem attaches to the hip. What did we just say? Reciprocal inhibition, the opposite shuts off. That's the rec fem. Sorry. 1/4 of the quads now is off. All right? Not good when you're doing squats, okay? That's why I tell you, it is not the quad move that you guys think, okay? Now let's go to the upper body. The overhead press for the shoulders. The king of the shoulders. Holy shit. Okay, when you externally rotate and you go up parallel to gravity, what's on top? Front delt. Wait a second. What's the opposite of the front delt? Can we figure it out real quick? Front, rear, getting in the rear. Oh, the rear delt. The rear delt's off. So now 1/3 of the shoulder is now boop, gone. Okay? How is that supposed to build your fucking shoulder the most that you can build it when 1/3 of it, 33%, is shut off? Okay? So when you think of this word, reciprocal inhibition, and I mention that all the time, I'm not just saying it just because so I can be a fucking savant. I'm talking about that's not good for building fucking muscle. That's what we're all about, okay? Not smart. Number two, Passive insufficiency, it's when the muscle is overstretched, okay? Like we discussed, if this forearm is in a neutral position, okay? And if I make this here, this is so fucking strong, I can't get it open because it's neutral, it's in the right position. Well, when I make it passively insufficient, overstretched, this is stretched like shit. Look at this, beep, piece of cake. Okay, how does that apply to muscle growth, you say? Well, what did I say about the actin and myosin, right? The Velcro. You want Velcro right over the top of each other so it can pull. Well, that's how muscle cells work, okay? They work, actin and myosin go together so they can pull the shit out of the fucking weight you're trying to pull, okay? If you're in an incline curl, especially a gigantic angle, okay, super stretch, and you're trying to curl, well, the actin and myosin are trying to touch each other. They're trying to pull on that weight. Why do you think you're weaker in an incline curl than you are in a standing curl? Because the muscle is not working how it wants to fucking work. Wake up, come on. So that's the incline curl. Now, overhead tricep extension, that's another big one, right? Why are we doing this? What are we doing? The tricep wants to work like this. Overstretched would be here, okay? Now we're gonna add weight, fuck our cervical spine up. That's another issue. But the passive insufficiency, overstretching of the muscle is not only gonna make you weaker, but it's gonna make you more apt to injure yourself and keep you out of the fucking gym. No bueno, okay? So here's passive insufficiency, overstretched, okay? What does it lead to? Less strength, less muscle growth, more injury. Don't do it. Number 3, active insufficiency has to be the opposite, right? So again, bang, strong ass neutral forearm. If we do this, and now we shorten the shit out of this forearm, now it's like over the top, right? Fucking Stallone. Used to love that movie. Watch this, piece of cake, okay? Because now the actin and the myosin, they're over the top of each other. And now they're cramping the fuck up. So anytime you do anything like that, like a curl like this, look at that shit. Look at how fucking cramped up that shit is. It's not because it's working the right way. It's because it's like, stop it, come on. That's what's going on, okay? So, an overhead curl, it's the same shit, but now you're just going this way, okay? You're really fucking cramping the shit out of this thing because it's too short, okay? You're shortening where it's coming from, okay? Same thing with tricep kickbacks like we talked about. If you're gonna bend over and you're gonna be here, the tricep wants to be down here, right? But now you're bringing it back here. No good. And then you're gonna throw weight on top of there, which is gonna hurt a lot of other fucking things, right? But what it does is it weakens you and it makes you grow less muscle and it's gonna hurt your ass. Don't do it, okay? This is over shortened, okay? I still can't feel my fucking bicep from the fucking cramps that were going on in about 5 minutes ago. Now, number 4, bilateral deficit, okay? This is when you have 2 concurrent limbs working at the same time with separate weights, okay? Double dumbbells, right? So think about double dumbbell curls, right? Think about a double dumbbell skull crusher. Or I see people doing double dumbbell overheads or double dumbbell kickbacks. Now you're fucking just, you're like, ding, 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 you're doing a fucking bonus. Hello, jackpot. That's terrible by itself, but let's just say you're doing the best dumbbell bicep curl, the best move you can do. Well, like I've explained multiple times, if you had a pair of 50s in your hand, not only are you getting 50 more pounds on your spine than you would with just one, but you're also cutting down the weight that you can do for the same amount of reps. For example, 250s, you're doing it for 8 reps, say. Boom. You get 8 reps, that's nice. Problem is you got 100 pounds, bang, down on your fucking disc. You're gonna crush the compact disc. All right? And you only got 8 with 50 on each arm, right? Guarantee you, you go to the stack, you grab a 55, and you have it in one hand, you'll do at least 8 with the 55. And you'll have 45 pounds less going down in your spine, okay? So that's bilateral deficit. That's why we want to avoid that shit, okay? Now, last thing I'll talk about, mechanical disadvantage. A lot of muscles have mechanical disadvantages just fine, okay? Especially the bicep, right? The bicep at the bottom of a dumbbell curl, this is at its most mechanically disadvantaged, okay? But because you're in the right spot, you're neutral, you got dead weight, it's okay, all right? This is where you fuck with it. What did I tell you about preacher curls last time? Okay, you got a weight in your hand, right? There's one line of force now, right? The force you have to now pull up, right? You're getting this one line. Well, when you now drape yourself over a preacher bench, now you not only have the weight going down, you also have to fight the weight coming back, right? 2 pieces of force, added fucking force on that joint right here, on this insertion of the bicep into the elbow, snap. That's where it snaps, okay? Because now the mechanical disadvantage is too much for your body to fucking handle. You understand? Okay, so that's why, guys, seriously, come on in here, Jay. That's why this is so fucking important, okay? If you're not going insertion to origin, if you're not having an opposite position loaded, if you don't have it early phase loaded with some late phase as well, and you're not fucking having active and passive insufficiency, you gotta get the fuck out of the bilateral deficit, and you have to start with the dead weight. If you guys don't follow these things, the reason why it's so crucial is because now with every one that you just say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, go fuck yourself, stick it up your ass and shove it. The more you do that, the percentage goes sky fucking high for you to not build muscle, for you to be weak as fuck, honestly, especially compared to your max potential. And number 3, you're gonna get fucking hurt. It's coming. I'll guarantee you, okay? So I hope this explained it. I hope that this is a little bit more of an eye-opener on why this boring, technical ass shit applies to building fucking muscle, okay? So this is Rocco Bellagio for Built by Bellagio, and I got your back. Literally.